I miss the good old days. To think that two of the most famous video game consoles of all time celebrate their birthdays on this week. I'm of course talking about the PlayStation 1, which turns 20, and the Sega Dreamcast, which turns 16. Time sure flies by, but I wonder how the world of video games would have been without those two consoles. Think about it. The PlayStation was going to be a peripheral for the Super Nintendo. The deal was closed, Sony took the risk, decides to enter the video game market, and boy how good did the system was. Just like Alpha Omega Sin said, the RPG genre became what it is today thanks to the PlayStation 1. Final Fantasy, Grandia, Chrono Cross, Variant Story, the series of Tales of, Breath of Fire 4, Suikoden, Persona, Dragon Warrior 7, to say some. Or even underground ones like The Legend of Dragoon, a game that I need to try by the way. Don't judge me. Let's look at the survival horror genre with Resident Evil, Silent Hill, and Clock Tower. The 3D beat 'em up genre like Fighting Force, a new platformer that isn't Mario or Sonic with Crash Bandicoot or Spyro the Dragon, or Klonoa even. Or how about a new adventure type of game with Tomb Raider? Or the first entry of the long-running Grand Theft Auto series, Driver, a new realistic racing genre with Gran Turismo, a new 3D fighting game like Dead or Alive or Tekken. Or even the abuse of more anime-based games like the Digimon World franchise, Evangelion, it was a visual novel by the way, Captain Tsubasa, Yu-Gi-Oh! Or JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Or reviving old franchises with new excellent entries like the Metal Gear Solid, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Mega Man X4, X5 and X6, Mega Man 8, Mega Man Legends 1 and 2, The Beast Adventure of Trombone, or using characters to create weird crossovers, but great by the way, like Chocobo Racing or Airgaze, or even Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo. It also got some butchered down arcade ports, especially from fighting games like X-Men vs Street Fighter, Marvel vs Capcom 1, Street Fighter Alpha True, Alpha 1, Alpha 3, Darkstalkers, Tekken, Soul Blade, King of Fighters, or other genres like the run and shoot genre with Metal Slug 1, 2, and X, etc. Butchered down, but they were really good. Nevertheless, this game system proved that game discs were the future of video games, and even now today, you still use game discs, whether it's for PC, for PlayStation 4, for PlayStation 3, for Xbox, Xbox 360, Xbox One, Wii, Wii U, you name it. So how was Sega going to answer after the big failure the Saturn was in America? Let's be honest. Even though it has its good list of games, the Saturn didn't do well outside of Japan. The Sega Dreamcast. The last console Sega ever worked on before finally giving up on the hardware development market and focused only on the software market. But still, it was a great gaming system, the perfect send-off for Sega. Sega always had the idea of bringing arcade machines to your home, so with the Dreamcast, it had a lot of ports of arcade games like House of the Dead 2 and 3, Gunbird 2, Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and 2, Virtual On, Virtual Fighter, Street Fighter Alpha 3, Street Fighter First Strike, Capcom vs. SNK 1 and 2, and Soul Calibur to say some. It also had its very good first-party game like Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, Crazy Taxi 1 and 2, Skies of Arcadia, Jet Set Radio, Dynamite Cop, Phantasy Star Online, the first MMORPG for consoles, Space Channel 5, Shenmue, Samba de Amigo, Virtual Striker, Virtual Tennis, and Zombie Revenge to say some. One of the downsides that I could say about the Sega Dreamcast is that it had a lot of ports from other consoles. I mean, that there were multi-release consoles, and the Sega Dreamcast had those. But the best thing about the Dreamcast regarding those ports is that it has the best looking one. Yes, it has the best looking graphics one. While it's not a subject that I actually care of, the difference was notorious.
Let's take a look at some examples.
Retro Boxing 1 and 2 games were, well, they still are fun and addicting fighting boxing games. They appear on all the consoles, even portable ones. Now, please look at the N64 version of Ready to Rumble Boxing 1. Now let's look at the Dreamcast version. Very different, don't you think? Another thing that marked the Dreamcast was its high list of fighting games. Yes, most of them were arcade ports, but the original ones it had were incredibly good, even better than the butchered down versions of the PlayStation 1. Yes, the Dreamcast has the best ports of arcade fighting games. Man, How can I say this without sounding so bad about it? Man, fuck it. Those ports
were fucking awesome!
Let's take a look at some examples!
No, let's not look at some examples. Let's look at all of them. Tech Romancer, Planet Sword Nightmare of Bilstein, whatever that name is, Power Stone 1 and 2, Cannon Spike, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike and Double Impact, Street Fighter Alpha 3, Vampire Chronicles Dark Stalkers, Capcom vs SNK 1 and 2, 2 for Japan only, Marvel vs Capcom 1 and 2, and the one and only, the very last game of this forgotten series that fans have been begging Capcom to make another port or release the PS1 Classic or an HD collection on any console. I'm of course talking about...
Justice Gakken!
Project Justice. Oh yeah. The third and final installment of the Rival School franchise appeared on the Sega Dreamcast, and boy did it kick ass. If you try to find it on eBay, you are going to find it for 60 or even 70 US dollars, because it's a very hard to find game, but it's worth it. If you ever go to a friend's house and have this game, play it. Just play it. Time sure has passed by, but these two consoles have made it into the video game history books, if there ever exist, as pioneers that mark gaming today. The PS1 with its Deep Space system, and Dreamcast with its graphics, games, and internet connection gameplay. I really suggest you try some of their games, because they define many genres that couldn't have exist without these two systems. Anyway, this is Ninja Master Gaming, and I'm rolling around at the speed of sound. Outta here! Hey guys, thanks for watching this new video I just made. If you wanna watch the other ones I had made, which are not very good to be honest, I always have problems with the camera when I'm doing my best to overcome them, and I hope you like them. Please click on the link description below or in the annotation I'm going to put on the other parts of this video, this credits video. Thank you so much. If you wanna support me, or if you wanna continue watching my videos, please subscribe. Hit on that subscribe button, on that like button, that thumbs up button, or tell me in the comments what other things you wanna see in the videos, or if you wanna tell me what other stuff you wanna see in these videos. Please tell me. I'll be happy to do my best to respond to all of you. Anyway, bye.